the third song from the Jedi Mind Trick Psychosocial. I'm pretty sure some people isn't this class as an EP in itself, the Psychosocial EP? Maybe not. Nah. 10 tracks or 12 tracks? Whatever. Who cares? Uh, yeah, this is the third song, The Three Immortals. I did love this song back in the day for Apathy in there. And at the beginning, there's this sample that I think that I later learned was from Hellraiser, maybe? Explorers. Blah, 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 blah. I always thought it sounded like a name. It took me ages to realise it said Explorers. I always thought it sounded like it was saying a name. But I won't say what that name is. And if anybody ever hears, have a guess. See if it sounds like that name to you. Anyway, yeah, featuring Apathy and another one with Breath of Judah from this album. Which track was it? Oh, it was the last track, wasn't it? 2 tracks in a row. The track before this. Chinese Water Torture, yes. Okay, right, 3 Immortals, let's go. Explorers in the further regions experience demons to some, angels to definitely talking about Cenobites.
Enter the dragon with 3 immortal surgeons, Ark of the Covenant and the holiest excursions, the search for the knowledge and the wisdom of the sands. The hologram sends you to the abode of the damned, immortal like vampires, setting fires in the caverns of the unholy. Hold the ancient hope of Abraham.
So this song in particular, I'd just say, is just holistically vivid. The imagery, it just feels like the beat, you're consumed with kind of imagery of rare esoteric things. You know, it starts off with Ark of the Covenant references, you know, Holy Land.
Enter the dragon with 3 immortal surgeons, Ark of the Covenant and the holiest excursions, the search for the knowledge and the wisdom of the sands. The hologram sends you to the abode of the damned, immortal like vampires, setting fires in the caverns of the unholy. Hold the ancient hope of Abraham, send you to the sacred land to change form, performing rituals that leave you scorned.
Send you to the sacred land to change forms, performing rituals that leave you scorn. Is it Crown of Thorns next?
Performing rituals that leave you scorned. Crown of Thorns adorns the unborn in which you spawn. There is no shelter from the storm of Babylon's lost children. I lead millions to the prom.
There is no something from the storm of Babylon's lost children. I lead millions. So yeah, the lost children of Babylon were, I think they're from Philadelphia, the same as Icon, aka Vinnie Paz and Stoop. I think they fell out after this album. My understanding was that they fell out because I remember asking the question when I was only listening to this and Violet by Design, and I'm fairly sure my brother told me they'd fallen out, and he'd read an interview from one of the Lost Children people, like kind of dissing Vinny, saying that Vinny, I don't know, I don't get it, that maybe, what was it, like this was fake, Vinny wasn't this spiritual guy or whatever like that. Maybe he was questioning his religiosity. Bearing in mind, this is information I'm remembering that my brother told me 20 years ago, so might all be bollocks. They might not have fallen out, though I say they might not have fallen out. I always wondered why on the first track on Legacy of Blood, Icon says, "Destroy everything in Babylon, you fucking fake rap, I hate that cause you Babylon, you fucking hard F's are gone." I always felt like he was talking about someone specifically, and he had just said destroy everything in Babylon, so maybe there was a beef. It feels like a vague but also on the nose diss. Yeah, I don't know. Can anybody tell me, was that line in, what song is it? Is it Age of the Sacred Terror? Is that what it's called? Pretty sure it's the first track on Legacy of Blood where he shouts out like Ill Bill and Necro and stuff. So yeah, anyway, I'm getting carried away. 3 Immortals.
Land, the holy land, the planetary emissary hologram, blowing your chakras to oblivion. Digital man, biblical man like Simeon, vanishing breed, the holy throne. Presidents of the United States are now clones. The zones of the virus, the eye of Cyrus, the last waltz of the tyrants. The harvesting begins now. Infinite information like Wu Chai Tao. But how
cool.
will you withstand the power of the helix, the crucifixion of the phoenix? The black thesis will burn you, give to you the darkest of afflictions. Mortal MCs face the verbal crucifixion.
Yeah, all of that. All of it was cool. That whole verse is cool. It's a solid verse.
The infinite grand planet is Kakashinama. Most high, called Aliyaba, astronomer. Roam the universe like Romulus. Indigenous, with the consciousness of Sirius. I am a seventh density light being. Trans-manifest personally.
So back when I first heard this guy's verse would have held water for me because I was just interested in the content, and then a few years later I just struggled with this kind of delivery, just kind of no energy, no great rhymes to latch on. Because you can lack energy, you can even lack a good delivery to me, but if you've got some cool rhyming words, I'm probably still gonna appreciate you. Topic-wise, yeah, it's cool, but it's not. Because of those other things, he's not gripping me enough to kind of pick up the imagery as much. But that said, there's someone for everybody. It's just this guy, Breath of Judah, hasn't grown on me in 20 years. Although I haven't heard this album for some time.
Divine nation, Atlantis rising, three-dimension radiation is extremely for difficulty to cope with the body externally. In the center of the galaxy, alchemy, spirit, soul, mind, commitment, so that's sufficient. Receive 9 dimensions of cosmic expansion, exquisitely. Philadelphian church, chosen city, and instance, the vortexes, Pleiadian sequence, equinoxes at the 0 point to Logan, keeping time flying, sitting on competent, meditating, 3 immortals through portals.
Time for Apathy's verse.
The plot thickens through psychological crucifixions. I part red seas and travel lands guiding Christians. My ratings escape the earth in certain crisis. I create raps for Christ in 12 righteous tribes. Educate with positive vibes. Devastate your dimension and nobody survives. Out of smoke we rise, illuminating eyes and wise. Teaching lost fools that Yeshua never dies. I cry, try to cut off my air supply. I'ma transport to space, let the mothership fly. Adonai 7 signs, let the dolphin be the Baptist. The self-contained underwater breathing apparatus in Atlantis. Digital image screen enhances photographs of alien ships upon your planets.
So I'm gripped, I'm actually drawn into the imagery. There's nothing like standout super special about this verse, and Apathy is an absolute lyrical beast when he wants to be. Blows Vinny out of the water, and he blows pretty much anybody in the Jedi mind orbit or army of Pharosphere out of the water. But there's none of that in this verse. It's just the imagery's there. It's good solid rhymes like all of Icons on this album, with cool imagery. Put it back a little.
The self-contained underwater breathing apparatus in Atlantis. Digital image screen enhances photographs of alien ships upon your planets. Emerge from volcanoes, dreadlocks and halos. Presto, change-o, I morph through tornadoes and tear up your major metropolis. You fish tank guppies couldn't fuck with the octopus.
Yep, you couldn't mess with the octopus. Yeah, it's good. It's just a good solid rhyme track. So this came on the album. This came after 3 Chinese water torture. It's two, like, both tracks are pretty chilled out. So for an album, like, they probably shouldn't have had them back to back. They should have just taken the Chinese water torture track out. I know I'm saying this like 30 years later than the album was released. What was it released in? 28 years. I'd love to do a remix of this album for the 30th anniversary of it. I did. I once messaged Stoop to ask him if I could do a remix of it. And he did actually message me back. He messaged me back. I'll have to dig them out one day and find them here. Anyway, yeah, so there's 3 Immortals. The track 4 on the Psychosocial, the 3rd song, as there is an intro. Yeah, good one.